Nessa girl, listen. I know at this point it's like beating a dead horse, but I'm so fucking over goddamn Monique and Sydney. I just got through watching this Monique Breakfast Club interview with her and Charlamagne the God. Don't get me wrong, I had seen Monique and Whoopi got her ass together on The View, but I didn't comment on it because I'm like, girl, you already made 3 videos on it. And I was looking at this interview thinking to myself, Monique ain't gonna say nothing that I ain't already heard. I did not plan on making a video about it. I figured I would just eat my lunch while it played in the background. But I'm actually glad that I did it because it has finally given me the words in 1 or 2 sentences as to why I don't fuck with Monique on this issue and why I think most of Black America is not behind Monique. And for the life of me, that sentence is, it is Monique and the false equivalencies she make between her experience in historical racism and it's the issues that she conflates. I watched this Breakfast Club interview, and every time Charlamagne would make a point, Monique wants to then compare her experience to some anecdotal tale of what's going on with Harvey Weinstein, or she wants to take it back to the beginning of history and slavery and try to tie her issue to some sort of deep historical issue that solicits some sort of emotional response from Black people. And because Black people see through her bullshit and we're not getting on board with it, now, per her and Sydney's, method of thinking, we're now some sort of Uncle Toms or kiss asses or white apologists or so on and so forth. Let me tell y'all one thing about me, baby. I am the first person to call white people out for their bullshit and let them crackers know when shit is wrong, it's wrong. But I just don't see this that way. I'm sorry. Yes, I believe that gender bias and racial practices in business exist in Hollywood, especially geared towards Black women. I believe that. However, it's possible for me to believe that and to also believe that Monique is full of shit at the same damn time. The two exist in the same space, mutually exclusive of one another, okay? Monique brought up a lot of valid points about things that people have said to her, i.e. Steve Harvey saying, Monique, you're right and I agree, but did you have to do it this way? You see what I'm saying? I agree with that. Whoopi Goldberg checked her ass on The View and was like, Monique, we had conversations, and had you would have called me, I would have schooled you better on this. And what I noticed about Monique on both The View interview and the Breakfast Club interview is that she's guilty of the very thing that she kept accusing Charlamagne of, which is moving the goalpost. Every time Charlamagne asked Monique a succinct question that required a definitive answer, she did what? Reverted to trying to play on our emotions and some anecdotal tale. Charlamagne asked her the questions that we want to know. What makes you feel, what justifies you getting 15 mil? And then eventually Monique got in her bag and was like, but I shouldn't have to justify it. That's the thing, Charlamagne, I shouldn't have to justify it. Yes, the fuck you should when you asking somebody to give you $15 million of their goddamn money, okay? Yes, the fuck you should. Secondly, I am with Monique, and DJ Envy said it best. The deal is fucked up, right? But in business, when you know a bitch can't go nowhere else, that nobody else offering her offers, you give them a little something, and your attitude is the bitch ought to be thankful for what the fuck she can get. Listen, y'all, we live in a capitalistic society. It don't make it right, but it's the way of the world. How many of y'all hoes, and I'm finna pull Monique now and make all kind of equivalencies, but see, mine's true and not false. In business, when you get ready to go buy new furniture, you get ready to go buy a new car, you don't take your ass to the #1 dealership that's selling out cars and that don't met their quota. Nah, bitch, what's the industry secret? No, go over here and go at the end of the month. You know they trying to make their quota. They'll give you a good deal. So listen, we use that same logic that they're using against Monique in every aspect of our damn lives, okay, bitch? When we go buy new furniture, we go to going out of business sale, okay? We going out of moving forever sale. We going out of filing bankruptcy, gotta liquidate sale. And we go we get a $2,000 sofa for $500. Well, that's what the fuck Netflix did. They said, listen, we need content. We need content. So we finna go over here to Monique in Sydney's going out of business, can't get a deal nowhere else, sell, and we're going to give them pennies on the dollar. It does not make it right. And I'm not saying that it's fair to exploit somebody's vulnerabilities, but living in this capitalistic society that we live in this country called America, that's just the way shit goes. Every time Charlamagne, and I'm going to tell y'all something, one thing about it, I don't even fuck with Charlamagne like that. I think 9 times out of 10, he's being an asshole, and I got my own personal qualms with Charlamagne. But I will say this, in this business, Charlamagne is actually somebody I kind of look up to. I put him up there with Wendy. Surprisingly, I look up to both of them in this business. Because Charlamagne, in my opinion, possesses an ability to be honest and ask the hard questions in an industry that rewards us being politically correct and playing the game. I like the fact that he didn't have to mince his words, he didn't fluff his words, and he just asked her the hard questions, the common sense questions that we all want to know. With that being said, Monique then got mad with Charlamagne and coming at him again with the false equivalencies. Because you didn't get your way with this brother, and you could not get him to see things your way, and because his narrative does not fit your agenda, now you want to equate him to the guy on The Birth of a Nation who walked his wife into the master's house to get fucked and then walked her back home. Monique, fuck you. That kind of low down shit, that ain't motherfucking cool. And you ain't no goddamn better to the very people who you say are not supporting you. See, it's so funny how we can call out the behavior in other people, but we can't see it in ourselves. And see, Monique, you revealed your hand at this Breakfast Club interview because you're so busy on your self-righteous pedestal that you can't see you are the very person that you are complaining about. The minute things did not go your way, you got nasty. But your nasty was veiled in age and pseudo-wisdom. You know, I'm going to come at you with these African-American anecdotes, bringing your mother and your grandmother into it and where you're from. And with your poor country grandmother from Mount Zion, South Carolina, wherever the fuck he from, want to be called a donkey. Let's address that really quickly. Monique, your ass been in the business long enough to know that he was not calling you a motherfucking donkey as in a jackass, but bitch, I am, okay? Donkey of the Day is a segment. Donkey symbolizes just being the crazy, weird, radical, off-the-chain person. He wasn't literally calling you a donkey, but you so in your feelings about your self-serving cause that only benefits you that you want to deflect and get hung up on the fact that he called you a donkey. He wasn't calling you a donkey. What he was saying is you're the asshole of the day. You're the dumbass of the day. You're the crazy person of the day. You're the ridiculous person of the day. Donkey is a segment and you've been in the business long enough to know it. So again, you try to appeal to our sensibilities, then play on our intelligence and our emotions, and your ass is pissed the fuck off because nobody sees it your way. Have you ever for a moment sat back, stopped, and said, perhaps the way I'm going about this is wrong? Because here's the thing. What Viola Davis did on her interview when she was speaking about inequality, she raised awareness. She spoke up on it as a whole. She did not make it self-serving. Because see, Monique, here's the game. Had your ass would have got your 15 million off rip, you would not be walking around making this fuss. I get the impression that the end result for you, Monique, would be you making Netflix give you 15 million, then you would be all right. That's the difference between what you and Viola did. Viola didn't out anybody. She did not make it personal. You say you're here to spread awareness. Then bitch, spread your awareness, okay? But there's a way you can spread awareness without upsetting the apple cart and further adding to what has served to be your demise. I'm sorry, sister. One thing that Monique and I both got in common is that we are praised and beat up for the very same thing, our goddamn mouths. Monique, I'm learning in this world that yes, my mouth and what comes out of it is my gift, but it is also my curse. That is something that I have been struggling with for these last couple of years, y'all. And I'm working on it, and I'm finding that middle ground between being a spokesperson, being an advocate, being outspoken, and still not upsetting the apple cart. And I am sorry, y'all. Until we own it and own it all, there is just a certain way that business must be conducted. There just is. This probably will be my last situation on this Monique thing, because every time she does a new interview, she's not revealing anything new. But it just troubles me, and I just figured out why it troubles me. There's nothing in life a bitch out there in the streets can do to get me upset. There's one thing, and it stems from an issue that I have with my father, is that a bitch will look at you, you will be looking at the sky and see that the sky is blue, and a motherfucker will tell you it's red. That's a deeply rooted issue that I'm going to counseling for, but you want to see me flip my motherfucking wig? Play on my intelligence. My father did that, or it still does it, and that's why when people try to play on people's intelligence, I take it to heart because it awakens that issue in me. But yeah, Monique, this just ain't cool. And you and Sydney, you know, again, when Charlamagne asked y'all some questions, you wanted to backpedal the skirt over those. Like, where are your other offers? See, Amy Schumer, you didn't want to dig into that. You want to revert back to your resume and Queens of Comedy. Amy Schumer created a bidding war between Netflix and HBO. A bidding war then suggests that there is demand and we want to win. Monique, there's no other companies out there putting their company on the line saying they want you. And it has nothing to do with anyone devaluing you as a black woman. Bitch, you just ain't current right now. Like, I don't understand why you can't see that and why you can't understand that. And that's not unique to you. It's unique to all actresses. How many actresses and comedians and stuff was hot back in the day in the 70s and the 80s, and then 20, 30, 40 years later they died broke because they couldn't get no work in Hollywood? All the stories about these rich, white, fabulous women getting aged out in Hollywood and can't get roles no more. You saw the damn story between Bette Davis and that other damn lady. That lady went from being A1 actress to goddamn doing low budget ass horror films. It happens in entertainment. And that's just where you at right now, coupled with being blackballed, coupled with, you know, your reputation. I'm not gonna lie to you. Monique, I would be scared to do any kind of business with you, because I would be scared that if things don't go your way, this is going to happen. That is a legitimate risk in business. These folks are in the business of making movies, not fighting PR battles started by damn disgruntled workers. Like, it's just not cool. And Monique and Sydney, I really wish y'all the best. And I really do, Monique, there's nothing more that I would want for Monique to turn this industry on its head by saying, you know what, fuck y'all. We're going to go out here and do it on our own, make and keep all our own damn money. Monique, we all know that the only number that white people, the only color that white people see is green. And if you really want people to believe in what it is you doing, Monique, I say you will put your own money up and make your own damn special. But the gag is, bitch, you don't even believe in yourself and your ability to the magnitude in which you expect these other people to do. Because if you did, you wouldn't be so mad. You'd just be like, fuck it. I know how to get it on my own. Me and Sid have put up 2, 3, 4, 5 million of our own, and we'll recoup it and distribute it ourselves. But you know you won't. You've wasted more time trying to get people to see some invisible point that, Monique, you could have been focused all your creative energy into your art. At the very end of the day, and this is what I've had to learn and accept, those of us who consider ourselves artists, God has given us a gift. And I'm going to tell you something. Don't get me wrong. I would love to one day make millions and millions of dollars. But the simple fact that I'm able to sustain myself on my art and not have to fucking go to work every day and be miserable like bitches that's watching my videos right now down to the county office or sneaking in the bathroom or whatever because they boss is an asshole. Bitch, I would rather be me and be us any day to sustain myself on my art than to have to do that. And for me, that's payment enough. Monique, for you, it's like, fuck it. Okay, you ain't get the 15 mil from them, but bitch, you don't need it. Monique, you already living better than most people ever will. So mama, how about revel in the gift, which is your art has made it possible for you to not have to be like the everyday person, and just own, love, and respect that. Like, God forbid you be so ungrateful for the gift that God is giving you that you lose it. With that being said, y'all, I'm finna have to go ahead and pour me some Pinot Grigio, and I'll call y'all later. Bad.